Hello again, and I'm sorry that happened again. It's quite frustrating, but let me just jump back into it here. So I was just talking about ffmpeg filters and using a gate here and the various commands. I just started typing it in when my computer froze. And here we are, we're going to go back down to MPV again and do it again. Here we are. Yes, I probably should get a different computer. I don't really feel like spending a few $1,000s on a new computer that can do all these things. My computer seems to work most of the time, and then just when I care, it stops, it just freezes on me, and then it will work another however long. So anyway, here we are. Getting rid of this here and adding in the filters. AF equals. Okay. So filters equals that. Whatever we're going to add in here, we're going to try a gate equals. So there's a bunch of different. I'm going to set these parameters. Oh no, I have a seal of sneeze coming on. Oh jeez. Okay. I'm gonna make a dictionary of parameters. This is gonna be filter params. Actually, I was going to call this thing over here, wasn't it? Filter params. And then this is going to be agate params for the moment. And I'm just going to make it be a dictionary because I like dealing with this better. So we're going to have level in equals 1. And what I'm going to want to do here at some point very soon after I get it working to the first degree is setting a range, I guess, and allowing us to adjust the range with some very basic commands up and down. But we'll keep it for the defaults for now. Mode is upward or downward. Higher parts we amplify. No, I want downward. It's a default, so I shouldn't even care, but range. Okay, 16125. Okay. Curious. I'm curious what these things do. That's kind of the point, isn't it? Threshold ratio. I really don't need all of these. I just want to try a couple of them. Milliseconds. Milliseconds. 50 milliseconds. And I gotta admit that I've been reading through these, and I think I understand the basics of them. I'm really having a hard time grokking it, wrapping my head around it. Amplification is after processing. That's probably the same. Makeup. Knee. 2.8284. Whatever. Is that E? I should just be able to do math.e. Okay, fine. No, it's not. What is 2.82? That's the golden ratio? Where we go? No. What is 2.82? 427. Is it twice square root of 2? I think it might be 2 root 2. Sorry, this is a weird little tangent for you to get caught up on. What is, yes, it is 828427. So it's 2 times square root of 2 for some reason. I mean, guessing that's not just some reason, but completely legit. And we've got detection equals RMS. That's probably legit. Link equals average. Oh. no, this might be, no, I think we're only going to have one channel. Okay. So I'll go back and I'll add some comments for the ranges. I don't know, we got to figure something else out here, but for the time being anyway, I wanted to just try this here, MPV docs, filter, agate equals, and then all of the, yeah, an option list of parameters, and the parameters are also equals, right? Filter parameter list. No, filter parameter, yeah, is name equals value. Whew, complicated. Okay, well, I think it's just name equals value, colon, name equals value. Okay, I'll try it. This is going to be all of these agate params. You know what? We'll do it very programmatically. Params, items, and we're going to say filter params. This is going to be k equals v. And we're going to join them. We're going to say, okay, agate params. This is that. Yeah, this is the params list. Agate parm list. So the actual filter params. Not count, colon. Probably just okay, it's a nice little one-liner there. And I'm going to print this out because I'm a little suspicious about how that's going to be. But maybe it'll just work. Now, I have to see if this even works to a first degree with MPV in the first place here. So let's just do, I'm going to run it with the vdaw. Okay, so there's my options. Maybe it's even just working. Okay, it's very low, but that's a different issue, I think. Or is it? Maybe it's not. Let me go down to speaker 0 and see how low it actually is.
We will be, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so something's a little funny in terms of when the timing is, but I think the filter might actually be working. Okay, so now we get into this problem where JSON to code error is happening, so we're gonna have to deal with that. And maybe the first order of business here is just to create a simple way to kick the MPV server in the head and just start over again, which would be useful in multiple ways. We have to make sure that it happens within the program here, so we can reset the filters. Yeah, let me try this. So start MPV. I need to set, so I think I'm going to set a process ID of the existing process. So let us p open this back here. it returns a popen object, I believe. I just want to know what the parameters are on that. Here we go. Terminate. Okay, I'm just going to have this be mpz proc, I guess. And then we'll set it up here also. None. Basically, we're gonna under if self mpv proc, then mpv proc dot terminate kill. I don't have to do that, but yeah, it's necessary. Okay, and then we're gonna have another command here, which is gonna be, oh, I don't know. For now, we'll put it back on 1. We'll have a restart MPV. Start MPV. And so let's see what that does here. Not stop it. Why not? Oh, now I can't even pause it because the connection is down to it. Is there a, well, first of all, I wonder if, I thought the kill would be really aggressive in it. Let's do a little. Okay, so it's not killing it. Now, one other thing I could do is the nicer thing and actually send it a command to kill itself or just end, terminate. I'll try that next here. Don't know why this wouldn't work though. I should be able to kill it. I think there might be here too. Oh gosh, I just want to list. There actually is a command. It's mpv list commands, I think. How do we get there? I thought it was list commands. Okay, let's go back here and I'll try to find it on here now. So, list of events. Okay, list of, here's miscellaneous commands, context menu, AO reload, what that is. Ignore, drop buffers, dump cache. Oh, send a command to the filter, that's interesting. Okay, so this won't help us out, but it's interesting it's there. Huh. So maybe I could change filter chains out in the middle? Huh. Maybe I can. Quit. Well, look at that. Quit. run. Huh. What? It's a lot. I think it's just quit though. Let's try that instead. So we're gonna send our mpeg command rather. Command equals. I don't like it, but we won't change it at the moment. But now if I run this,
And so they theorized there were an infinite number of
okay, so I'm gonna kill it. Okay, so it killed it, and it did stop the audio playing. I'm actually, sorry about that. I'm actually going to lower my desk here. I'm gonna mute while I'm doing this. Okay, so it did kill it. It didn't restart automatically. Will it start now if I do it?
So they theorized there were
Okay. Okay, so that's working. Okay, good enough. I'll ditch that. I will. We have some excess status messages. We can fix that later. Here's the filter that we're adding, and that's pretty cool. I think that it was doing something. I think what we're going to do is turn off. We'll basically make the filter toggleable and just see where something interesting is happening, like if it is or not. And how are we going to do this now? We're going to make an option, filters, I think. Let's see here. You know, honestly, for the moment, I really want to be able to set these options like within like 3 seconds of us getting this working. That's the very next thing we're going to do is set the parameters to something else and then restart the process. So I don't want to like factor everything out to do it a crappier way and only to, like I said, have to undo that. So how are we going to do this? I want to be able to set an arbitrary parameter in this list and then reconstruct it. But I also, I guess I can just do that now. No, but what do I want? What do I want? So is there a simple way? I kind of just want to start with like, don't do anything but have the filter on. And then do something, the minimal something, with the filter on, and then kind of toggle back and forth between those. So I can be like, okay, maybe it's the gain, the reduction, the ratio. And so if the signal is reduced by 1, that would be nothing. Maybe. I'm thinking that if the ratio is 1, it's not going to do anything. So maybe we'll just try toggling the ratio. We're gonna make this. We're gonna have this agate params. For now, we're just gonna make it be a random property on the sheet with all of its loveliness. And I'll probably turn this into like a whole filters of filters dicts. So every filter gets its own parameters, and then it's just, I mean, we'll figure it out. But and then right, I wanted to make it so that the starting was ratio equals 1. And then params we have. No, it's just gonna set it. We're gonna set. Okay, we're gonna set the parameter. We're gonna make 2 be toggle A gate, I guess. Talk about A gate ratio. And we're going to set sheet.agate params of, actually, you know what? It should be an addict. I can just set it like that. Ratio equals 1. Now, you know what? We're going to times. Wow, I'm sneezing here. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to change the ratio times 2 going up. And I'll make this be G2, 2 and G2. 2 is going to set it equal to 1. And then Z2, I guess, with the second one. This is going to be, so 2 is going to be disable A-gate ratio, A-gate ratio. Z2 is going to be reduce A-gate ratio, and this is going to be increase A-gate ratio. As this is reduce, this is increase, and this is going to restart every time. Now, I wanted to make it so that restarting also restarts at least from the current sentence fragment or word fragment, if not the exact same audio time. So let's try, okay, let's try this. Okay. Go playhead, no, that's the opposite one. We want play audio, okay. For the moment, we're going to do exactly this same thing just to watch it work, and then we're going to refactor it instantly to try to catch the previous time and then go right back to there and see how smooth we can make it. Right? How hard can this be? It's right there. Oh, it's itself. Okay, fine. So agate params, I just want to, so 2, Z2, G2.
Theorize that there were an infinite number of
so now I sound
and an infinite number of types of ends.
normal. So I'm going to do increase.
There's not some finite number of pop.
Okay. Didn't work. Oh, because I didn't make it into a addict, like I said it was. Okay, play it again.
When you are talking about matter, called atoms. And so they
So now I'm
theorized
going
that
to
there were
do
an
2,
infinite number of atoms.
G2.
And so they theorized
Okay, so it did change the filter parameter. It did not restart it because it happened so quickly. So now we're back to the same problem we had a couple of episodes ago. Oh, Wombat, I know, I wish I had a donut too. That donut did not work out for me last time. I mean, it did. It was super tasty, but, you know, it kind of wrecked me for half an hour. But we're running the same issue as we had before, that we need to wait a small amount of time for the socket to become ready. And that time is on the order of milliseconds, I think. But it's still a lot of time we have to wait. So let's factor this out into a, we're going to make a restart MPV function. And do that for everybody. And that's going to call, do all this work. So restart MPV. And we're going to quit and restart it. And then play. We're going to wait 100 milliseconds to start, and then we're going to press play. Except for we're going to not press play directly, we're going to seek to the previous time. So before we start it, we're going to grab the previous time, which was at playback time. And then we're going to seek to play each time. See how it goes. And so hopefully 100 milliseconds is enough time, and that'll give us a bit of a blip, perceptible blip, but maybe actually work. Let's find out. Oh, seek audio and then play audio. Okay, let's try this again.
When you are talking about matter, called atoms.
I have to actually have their measures before we fix.
When you are talking about matter.
Oh, I pressed the restart button. Okay.
When you are talking
It's not playing. Did not work. So why? Oh, that's that. Did I have an error? Was it not enough time? Let's try again. So if I do this and then press G2.
when you are talking about matter, called
Wait.
atoms.
Just did not restart it. Is it just not enough time? It didn't give me an error message though, or did it? Let's try it. I'll do a whole half a second, see if that's enough time.
When you are talking
Okay.
And so they theorized that there were an infinite number of atoms. And
Well, that's not terrible. I mean, a half second feels like it's going to be a huge amount of time, and it's not. That's a little bit interesting. And it did seem to work. Huh. Okay, well, now maybe we do the thing where we... So the G2 is kind of, I guess it's a little awkward, but it's not. What I really want to do is I want to set the parameter we're tweaking and then use, I don't know, even the arrows or something else to bump it up and down. So the idea is that I would bind the parameters to the filter to individual number keys, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm playing with whatever the parameter is. Yeah, so I'd say 5 for ratio, and then bump it up and down. Honestly, maybe it's not even a number to do that. Maybe it's selected from a list. Like I've already got a list selection thing in vdaw, so maybe I make those things. I could even add a help string for each one of them to make it easier for myself instead of having to search on the web or on the man page for these things. Have them just be in the docs in vdaw. That'd be kind of handy. So let me try that. Yeah, okay. And then I'll have to think about what the actual keys are. It shouldn't be the arrow keys. Maybe it's a number. Maybe it's 1 and 2. Maybe I have like presets of going up and down the scales. You know, I have like somewhere between 0 and 9. 0 is off, and 1 through 9 are varying levels of capacity. I can kind of like just scroll through them if I want. That can be pretty handy. So let me try that. Let me set it's like the current parameter. And I'm being very hacky here by putting these parameters just in the class as things to be copied. Like it works, it's fine. No one's gonna. I mean, it's not gonna matter to me, but I may want to do something a little different in the future. But for now, let's say this is the current param. And actually, yeah, if the very next thing I'm going to do is make it so that you have a certain filter, add the filter, and then also set the parameter on that filter. Right now, there's only one filter we can do, and it's agate. Current parameter will be ratio, let's say, and we'll make a chooser. We'll make this work, and then we'll make a chooser for it. We can choose one of these guys, and off to the races from there. So the current parameter, we're going to make this agate params. I can just do current param. So I didn't just do adder dict after all. But. Okay, I'm actually going to remove this sheet. You don't need the sheet dot in the execster. Well, you need it if you're setting a literal value on or to that value. But since it's a dictionary, we're setting a value internal to this object. The object stays constant even as the elements inside are mutable. Anyway, these parameters are going to so restart. We're gonna have to make a restart. Let's do okay. Normally, Control R is reload, and that's fine. But maybe Control R in this case is restart MPV. Maybe? I may wind up changing that. Maybe I'll be. It shouldn't be Shift R because that's redo in Visitata. But we will make this. We're going to make it be 1. Oh, so 0 to disable. 1, 2. Maybe I should just cycle speakers. Another one. Huh. So we'll make it be commandless for the moment. Really wonder, is 1 through 9 the right strategy? I wonder. Let's try it out. Set agate set agate to, and so the values for the ratio are 1 to 9,000. 1, 2. Let's try 2 to the 1 to 9,000. So it's actually going to be, just look at a little float I in range. So 8192 is 10, 12, 13 bits. So we could actually just do from 1 to 10, or 1 to 9, but Python 1 to 10. And add a new command for each one of these. And for this exact moment, we're going to do 2 to the I. And that will work for 1 all the way up to 9. And it will stop at 1024. So I may want to we'll see. Maybe I need more range. Maybe I'm happy with how it is. I think that's it. And so now we're going to play.
When you are talking about matter called F. And so they
and so you can, I think, hear it going down. Okay, I thought I could hear it going down, the volume going down on this reduce thing. This is a little bit. This is actually wrong because it's me that's talking here, and it's my mic, I believe. So it shouldn't be throttling that down anyway. So actually, there's a different parameter I should be setting. But at least I'm showing off that it does change the parameters like I would expect, and restart the server, and it starts to back up relatively quickly. So I think this might be, yeah, an order of magnitude improvement rather than changing the parameter and taking, 10 seconds to change the command line, restart, all that stuff. Now it's just button press, and you can hear the results, and so I can kind of stay in more in the flow, which is the idea. So now we're going to make it so that the parameters are choosable and all settable with the same 0 through 9 mechanism, so that I can experiment on the fly and be like, what does it mean if range is set instead of this? And I can really start tweaking things. I think 0 should be set to defaults, and it might just be set this filter to the defaults, kind of like reset the filter instead of, well, there's either resetting it or there's disabling it, and maybe those are one and the same. I'll have to play. And then I'm going to need some visibility into this at the end where I'm seeing what the parameters are being set to, so that I can actually, well, first of all, so that when I find things I like, I can go ahead and use them, but also just more feedback is better. So, okay, let's see here. I am going to set, this is a filter, defaults. Let's call them defaults. And this will set what the things are. Sorry, this is a gate equals. And then we would have another one for other things. And this can maybe even be on one line. I don't know. We'll see how I like it. But and then the current parameter will be whatever the. Actually, you know what? We're going to make it be all of the options. This is a little gruesome. Let's try it. A filter options, maybe? And then, so this is a gate and the options for ratio are. First thing, which is 0, and that might be special, and then 2, 4, 8, 16. I'm just going to call them out by hand for the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. I guess 9, yeah, and then 10 would be 1024. So maybe I just need to bump this. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make this be 9,000 and see if that does change it. I don't know. Maybe I do need more of a spread across this for these 9 values. And then I'll try this for the other ones as soon as I get this working here. I'll set those what those values are. For now, I can't even set them. So there's 2 tasks here. So one of them is to create all these values for all these things. And the second one is to create a little chooser so we can choose one of these parameters to be making our cur parm. And that will be hopefully pretty straightforward. I have, like I said, already a chooser interface here. Okay, and so this is going to grab from a filter options equals a filter options cur parm I. Right, now I'll take the nth value from the options, and this won't be a gate parms. This is going to be, oh, and it's cur filter also. So this is going to be a filter, not defaults. I actually need a filter parms of the cur filter, and the cur parm of that filter equals a filter options for that cur filter top of that thing and then that thing. Okay, so I think that's fine. A filter, options, defaults, and then params is just going to be a copy of defaults to start. A filter, defaults. And let's mirror that work, but and these are the possible values. These are currently set filter values. This is the default values available. Available filters. Filter parameters with their default. Okay. So this should still work. Now I have to do this. So this is going to be this is a bit of a mouthful here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a multi-level for. It's just more convenient. No, it's kind of gruesome. For filter name filter farms in self filter farms items. Well, I think it'll work. And this is a little bit, I'll leave that. Oh, here we go. This is filter farms. Then here is the blah semi-comma join for that. So there's our main one. Oh, it's a mouthful. I probably shouldn't do it this way. I know I shouldn't do it this way, but I don't feel like doing it a different way at this moment. So we will press play and then see if this works.
Atoms. And so they theorized that there were an infinite number of atoms.
Okay, no filter. Filter is agate. And then now, when somebody gives me an agate ring, I'm going to say it's an agate ring. So let's try this. Okay, well, it doesn't do what I want. I mean, the filter doesn't do what I want, but the thing seems to be working here. So, fine. A filter. Arms. This is actually set A filter. Filter, cur filter parm. It won't be one, it's going to be a filter defaults filter. Now, I think I've actually made it be not just this first value here is also the defaults. Maybe I wind up collapsing the A filter options and the A filter defaults. but for the moment, we'll just do like this. This should work. Be 0.
We're talking about matter called atom.
Oh. I broke it. Why did I break it? Interesting. Is that really broken?
Matter called atom.
Oh, so somehow I broke it. I got status back. I think I just am not making, I think the default value is not correct here once we change it back.
When you are talking.
That worked. Oh, because it's the whole dictionary, so that's just wrong. Okay. Oh, because per filter equals per filter per par. There we go. Okay, so that's the issue. Okay, now once more.
When you are talking about matter called atoms.
0. Why would it set default to be 9,000? That's just wrong. Defaults, curve filter par. Filter parm. Now why would it not? I'm setting a filter parms. Because we gotta do a deep copy here. Otherwise it's going to give us the same old dict. Basically what happened here is that it was copying this dict, which is the dict of dicts. This was doing a shallow copy, and so this inner dict was reference, and then when we changed it in this here, set the value, this got default dict, inner dict got changed. And you know, ideally I'd be able to say this is constant, never change this, but that's not how Python works. So okay, that should be that. And now
so
a lot quieter, even though it's wrong. Default. Great. Okay, so we have basic filter setting working for a single filter. Now we're gonna make it, we're gonna take a 3-second break here, but now we're gonna make it choosable which parameter you're setting, and then set the possible options across all these things so we can start changing things around. Okay, so I use, for instance, for aggregators, choosing aggregators. Let's just go into aggregator land here. And when we set, choose an aggregator, choose aggregators. So this is our little menu system here. Input palette. And this is handy because this is a feature that my friend Moritz wrote for us, which has been super popular, the command palette. And it allows us to not just choose the little menu style, but also you can type and it'll select things based on not just the command name, but the help string. And so you can kind of just search for something. And so this will be super neat, especially with the huge range of ffmpeg filters that we're looking for. So I need to put this together, input palette for the parameters. So the choices, this is the main thing here, this input palette command. Do I want anything up there? That's, let's just not bother with that. Because that's like, basically that top little bit is, it is showing the description, so there's a help string in there. I don't know, this might be a way in which the chooser should be more tabular or something. for the moment, we'll just, I might need that though. Let's set up the command palette separately and see if there's a simpler one here. So this is input palette. Actually, I guess I gotta see who uses this. Interesting. Go Kyle uses this. And so does join now. Right. Okay. I can go to any one of these ones here. Features, join, input palette. Oh yeah, same thing. So it's got a little summary thing. Okay. And so this one here also returns it. They all need a format summary. It's a little gruesome, but you can make this work. Let's go back to the vdaw, and then we're gonna have a choose filter command. Now, I don't know. Let's just make it the. Let's do it up here in this thing. Choose filter active. Well, actually, it's the current filter param. Choose active filter on. And this type is going to be the audio filter. That's the type of this, is the type of any input, which is stores it off in history, input history, so that you, when you do it again, you can get the same result if you just press the up arrow. I'll ignore the help for the moment. Formatter, I guess I might need the value key. Okay, so here's the join. Okay, basically, anything we need are the types, the filter parameter types. And so this is just going to be a filter harms curpon dot keys. Now it's not quite that, because I think join types is more, yeah, it's an actual dict key and description. Well, okay. I guess I'll have a filter types here. This is going to be a filter filters. Yeah, I guess we'll do this by hand. Choose your filter. So we want key and description. So here is, honestly, it might just be that I'm gonna have tuples instead of a dict here. And these tuples are going to be the key, the description, and the default value. And there's the tuples. So instead of that, it's going to be, so here we go. We're going to need, this is actually a filters, right? Yep. And this is key equals K, desk equals that, default equals that. Guess. Okay. So now we got to do this over again here. Level in. Oh right, this is going to be dict agate equals, and I hate all of this, but we're just going to get it working and then we're going to refactor it. So level in, and the description will be whatever level in is. Not quite like that, but close. Oh, and I don't even need. Oh, honestly, I'll put them all into here, and I won't have to have 4 separate data structures. I'll just have them all bound together. That'll be super handy. So, not inner. This is input level before filtering, and we're gonna have the default value, and we're gonna have the range of values. And I don't know how we're gonna structure that. For now, it can be 1, 2, and 0, 1, 2, 3. This is kind of Magworld style. I guess it would be 0.03. Actually, I should do it that way, shouldn't I? 0.1, 0.3, 1, 3, and 3, 4. And that would be, let's see here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, perfect. Okay. So I actually don't even need the default here anymore. We're going to have this be the values, I guess. And with the first value being the default value. And that'd be kind of nice, actually. This is going to be, well, okay, now we're going to do ratio, just get our stuff. Ratio edge signal is reduced. And this is going to be 1, etc. Let's just copy that. Oh boy. Okay, so agate equals all those, and so now we are going to put together the actual choose active filter parameter here. I'll have to put that on a keystroke of some kind, or not, but. So the value will be this, and so it's going to actively say self.cur harm. I can put that in the. Let's choose. Let's choose. We're going to go and we're going to make a basic command here, which is choose. Where are you? Here we go. Choose a filter harm. If you're wondering when I use underscores versus when I use camel case, it's kind of a thorn in my side. Like ideally, ideally it would be consistent in some fashion. And the consistency that I'm kind of going for in my brain is that when they are short, analogous to command long names, then I just use the underscore as a substitute for the minus. And command long names have a different flavor than camel case function names or properties. I mean, I'm pretty convinced that properties like cursor row should be camel case, and that command long names should be snake case, or lowercase with underscores. Yeah, maybe that's snake case. And given that, then yeah, so the commands themselves will be choose dash a filter dash parm. And if I'm going to call a function from there, that's identical. It can't have minuses or dashes, whatever, in the function name, so I use underscores instead. I don't know. I make it up as I go along, but that's why they're different. So anyway, choose active, or choose a filter parm, fine. Choose a filter parm, and this is going to be sheet dot filter parm equals choose a filter parm. This is when you do need to use sheet dot because we're literally setting a plain bare variable on the class to that. And if we don't do that, then it's going to look like a local variable effectively and set the wrong thing and not appear like it's being set, which is a gotcha that some people run into. So if you want to be good about it, just use sheet dot for everything in the execster and you'll be fine. It's more verbose. When you're reading something, you don't need a sheet ever, but when you're writing to it, you do sometimes in this case. But anyway, like I said, if you always use sheet dot in the execster, that might make more sense for you, and that will at least reduce the chances that you're getting bitten by one of these bugs. So we did that, and I'll add a help string at some point. And then, yeah, choose a filter parm. What should that be under? If I'm setting an audio filter, or it's actually modifying the current filter. You know what? We're going to make it be ZF for the moment. I don't know. Let's just do that. Okay, so formatter is going to be like this here. It does say input. The reason that I'm caring about this at all is that I know that vdaw in its menu system will show a nice little indication that requires further input if there's the keyword or input in the execster. So that's why I'm doing that. Very, very minor, but that's another piece of consistency there. Okay, let's actually look at using this. See what happens here. So the format, not the agger summary, but the a filter param summary. Format a filter on. And all I really want, let's see here, I have the row, match row trigger key. Do I get the trigger key? Oh, I see, because the trigger key is the like the 0, 1, or 2 or something like that. So I'm gonna leave that alone for the moment. We're just gonna return, we're just gonna be very simple here. We're gonna return the row dot, let's see, it is the filter name, what do I call it? A, back here is B, so A is key. Okay. Match dot formatted dot get key. Match dot formatted. I don't know about this stuff. It's been a while since I touched it. Let's just do that. See how she goes. Okay, now if I use it, let's find out. Oh, that's not it. Okay, what did I do wrong here? So not that. That's this one. That's. I need a second one. Okay, let's do a single one of those. Okay. Oh, self, not find. Okay. Oh boy. In self. Oh, I see. Oh, that was just a copy paste error there. Okay. So now if I choose that with ZF, string integers, string indices, string integers. Oh, okay. Let's go here. Oh. choose your filter. I think I need this curve filter. There we go. Let's actually choose your filter first. And then that's not going to work. Like that. And then now we're going to, oh, not that. List object has no attribute lower. Oh, you know what? I think fuzzy match is looking at all of the pieces of that dictionary. Let's look at that. Yeah, so this may have to be scurvy. And this is not great. I may choose to, because it's going to be searching now. Okay, maybe this is why we don't put the defaults in there. And so let's see here. We're going to do ZF. Because I also have, yeah, these are all expected to be strings. That's not going to work for me. What's a string? I am gonna move this stuff out here. I'm gonna keep this just be the key and description, like we've got in other places. I'm not gonna worry about that. And then we're actually I'm gonna have the values for the level in, and ratio is already set. And let's see if we can't get this to work without that. That was too much. I'm not using it, so I think that's fine. No, that's not right. I'm dead. Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. Now I can choose. I wish I could. Oh, I can tab. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Fine. So I can set the input level, and I should be able to set it to this.
When you are talking about matter, called atoms. An infinite number.
Whoa. Okay. Well, that works.
And an infinite number of types of atoms. So.
Great. Well, we're sure learning about how this stuff works. Okay, now we're going to add all of the possibilities and then start playing, because that is the whole point here. So add all these guys in here, and actually now we can just use a dict. And dict level in equals. That's a lot nicer anyway. About that. And this will be that. Boom, boom. Let's go work. No. Because in that dot items. Bingo. Okay. So now we can add more here. We have mode, upward or downward. then filter behaves like expander. I think we do want. Okay, we're gonna do this as we go here. So that's the defaults, but the options. And then I think the defaults we are gonna collapse into the options here. Yeah. Okay. And so downward is default. Range equals default. Although, when the signal is below the threshold, I don't know. Let's just try it being 0, 1, 2. 7. It's amazing how I need to automate everything, and I'm totally happy to do crap like this. So I think I'm gonna set 0 is disabled. I do kind of want to have that as being an option, but maybe that should be the first thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well, we'll try this for now. Threshold, and then change the range up here. There already. Range. Okay, great. And then threshold. And we're going to do the same between 0 and 1. Easy peasy. Although, it'd be nice if 1 was at the other end of the range, but I guess I can probably compress it. Anyway, ratio we've already got. Threshold, attack. And, you know, the next thing we're going to do, once we have one of these done, is to produce a script or something that takes them and does them all. And I might, I hate to say, I might use AI for that. We'll see. We'll see how far we get here. I'm hopeful that this will enable enough experimentation that I find between this and a handful of other filters that I just get there and it's like, oh, that's great. I experimented, I figured out the result. Now I can continue on my merry way. I don't have to do everything. I can just focus on the things that matter to me. Milliseconds. Number of milliseconds the signal has to rise above the threshold before gain reduction stops. Okay. Attack default is 20. Oh boy. 0.01, 0.11, 10, 100, 1,000, 9,000. That's not quite right. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can have 2 more values, and they should be and 30. We'll see. And I will add a status message here very shortly to be like, this is the value you set it to, so I can at least see them in real time. Release from 0 to 1, or 0.01, 0.1, 1, 3, 10, 30, 100, 1,000. That is, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the same, all the different defaults. Make up a lot of ranges from 164. 1, 2, 2, 4, 8, 16, 22, 64, except for it should be, I'm just going to do 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6/8, and that's giving me 9 values that are somewhat evenly spaced. Knee from 1 to 8. 1 to 8. Sure. I'll put 2.8 in there in the middle. I kind of do always want 9 to be the high end of the range, so I can kind of experiment and see where we wind up. I don't want 9. Well, 9 should never error out. Maybe I do make 9 be the last element of the array, but for now we're just gonna let it be the natural. Like there's just 10 elements. Well, there's not 10 elements per, are there? Like in mode, there's not. So I may have to do that after all. Maybe make 9 be negative, the last element of the array. RMS or peak, and then link, average or maximum. Okay, so attack, release, milliseconds, release again, find, makeup, find. Their names are fascinating. Makeup, the knee, and detection. Oh, I forgot. I missed that one. Oh no, I didn't. I just. If exact signal should be taken protection or an RMS like one, or whatever. Equals. And link equals if the average value affects the reduction. Link. Sounds good. Okay, so that should give us the tools we need here. Now, I'm gonna test this out, see how this works, and then the very next thing we're gonna do is remove this defaults dictionary and set them to be the first item in the options, I think. Like, I do kind of, maybe I should really be focusing on having the 0 not be the default, but the off. And off may be special, may not be the bottom of the range, but at least will mean off, and so I can easily set the default separately from the off, or I can just turn a thing off. No, but off should be for the whole filter, not for the... I don't know. We'll see. I want to see if this works here first. Invalid syntax. ID for comma. Okay. Now we've got all these parameters. Great. And now I just gotta actually do the thinking. This is the real hard part. What do I want to experiment with? So the thing is that, okay, I'm going to find a position in this audio where Mike is talking. It should be very low, and we want to be doing a thing where when Mike talks, we can't hear him or can barely hear him at all. That's our ultimate goal here. Let's find that. And so if we have a speaker 0, so it is, in this 10-minute thing, it is doing a better job of identifying the speaker. But like, it really wasn't, when I did the whole file, I even verify that right here. If I go to the DAW, I've got this 2510 JSON, 16 JSON. I shoot the full file. This took an hour and change to do, so, and yeah, I've got 8 things by the other person and a bunch of and repeats and stuff too. That's a known bug in Whisper, that it repeats things when there's silence because it's the word is still in the context window, turns out. So anyway, something's going on, like I said, with this whole transcription process that we're trying to fix. And so the approach that we're doing is to try to fix the audio so that the transcription works better. This may all be like a wild goose chase, but the idea is to learn about this stuff, so here we are. Okay, anyway, this is my audio. I want to find when Mike is talking, and I want it to be
100% correct.
Okay, he's very low. And so we're going to start playing it here with a filter. And I have the filter already on in here. I do. It is set to something. Did I make the default be off? No. The ratio is 1. Okay, so by default this is off because the ratio is 1. And that's the one thing that's different here. Well, I'll have to think about that. What am I gonna try? I want to set the mode. No, the level in. Let's see here. What is it? Let's find out. I'll use my little handle interface. Input level before filtering. What does that mean? Threshold. Okay, I think it is the threshold is the main thing that I'm interested in. The gain reduction is released. So the threshold. And if we're setting that parameter,
That's 100% correct. Uh-huh.
I don't hear a difference.
Yes, there were, and there actually is a theory that they actually are on. There's not some uptype. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not really changing it. So there's the threshold. The signal rises above this level, the gain reduction is released. But it doesn't seem to change anything, so maybe it's never getting there in the first place? When the signal's below, oh, it's range. When the signal is below this threshold. So range is the one that I should be setting, I guess. And that should be, if I set it to be 9, it should cancel everything out, right?
100% correct. Correct.
Huh. I gotta figure out that JSON decode error. That might be more pressing now. Oh, it's not gonna break it up. Okay, fine. Oh, that's all it is. So, are we doing the right thing here? Is the range 0.9? Say this 0. Below signal is below the threshold. Oh, wait, it's the level of gain reduction when the signal is below the threshold. Okay, so yeah, threshold is. Okay, maybe it's both, right? Maybe it's I need this now again. This is where I need a little bit of a window of the literal parameters, and actually maybe that should be right here. Maybe I should literally be putting the current parameter value in here, so that I can easily. That may be the next thing I do. Yeah. Now that I'm looking at this exact thing, I need to clean this up. This does not look all that great with the instructions being the same color on the bottom line as the actual thing. So there's some Visual Data work that needs to happen here too, which is good. I haven't been knee deep or neck deep in Visual Data in a while. So now that I'm here, this may actually inspire me to make this look a lot better. Well, anyway, I think this is a great stopping point. I'm going to commit this stuff. As far as I'm concerned, like, this works. We have the very basics of the ability to set filters on ffmpeg filters on the audio stream. We can change the parameters almost live, and we are changing it live. It's just there's a little bit of a blip in there. And we can look and create a range of parameters, a range of possible values for the parameters, and cycle through them. So this feels kind of good to me, at least for a very first pass. I mean, we've only been here. We've been here what, hour, almost a little less than 2 hours. So I don't know. Like that's a good amount of progress I think for this. So we'll come back to it, and I'll clean up a couple more things, and maybe I'll go offline and clean up some visited stuff, or maybe I'll do that on the live stream. We'll see. And that's where we're at. So thanks a lot, Wombat, for being here. We will reward you with a treat tonight, and Wombat and I will see you next time.